becoming more effective. The opening line. Hey, Mike. Hi, my name is Mike. I'm with Remax. By the way, again, I'm going to be talking about the momentum slides, but then I'm going to talk a little bit about how I approach it as well, a little more advanced. But this is definitely very, very good. So don't think that I said more advanced, that this is not good. This is good to gain consistency and then make it your own. My name is Mike. I'm with Remax Edge. I know your house listed. House listing expired today. I was calling to see if you're still selling your house. Okay, this is the very aggressive approach. Yes, great. When would be a good time for me to come by and share my proactive plan? No, have your plans changed? So they say no. Then you ask them, hey, have your plans changed? What changed? You know, some people were selling, especially if it's investment property, some people were selling their house because they need some cash, right? You're going to get that now today during this time. If they owned a business, they may be cash light. You're trying to find out why they were selling their house, right? Write that down. You're trying to find out why they were selling their house, okay? And you're going to try to find out what they were going to do next. Most agents, when they're calling expires, they don't even care. They go, right, oh, I'll list your house today. I'll get top dollar. Your agent stunk. I'm the best agent. Okay, find out where they were going and what happened. And then here's a beautiful one, guys. Here's a beautiful one. Why did you feel your house didn't sell? This is a go-to question. This is something that's very, staying curious. This is what I love, is staying curious is the key to this all. Ask more questions and listen. Why do you feel your house didn't sell? I don't really know, right? And so most agents will go to the real negative part. Just ask more questions then. Did you have a lot of showings? And I get it, for the naysayers, there's going to be objections. There's going to be objections, right? So did you have a lot of showings? No, why are you asking me that? Get off the phone. No, I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Did you have a lot of showings? I'm just curious. Did you have a lot of showings? Mike, I had 15 showings, okay? Okay. What was the feedback from the showings? Did you get any feedback? Why do you keep asking me this, Mike? John, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. I'm just trying to have a conversation. Mike, I'm not giving you the listing though. I didn't ask for the listing. I'm just having a conversation. Can I ask you another question, John? Would you allow me, would you allow me to answer this question? Did you have any buyers who came through your home, buy another home? So the buyers that came to your house, did they buy another house? I know the Jersey peeps, they want to go right to the punchline. Did the buyers come through your house? Did they buy another house? Did any house similar to yours, while it was on the market, did it sell? And let me ask you, can I ask you another question? Remember, always ask for permission every time you ask a question. Can I ask you one more question, John? How did you arrive at the price? Mike, my agent picked the price. Well, you had to agree, John. If the agent picked the price, how did the agent arrive at the price? Did you know that the pricing benchmarks and trends, there are pricing trends and benchmarks that exist in your area? Did you know that? Are you aware of the quarterly trends? Did you have a price reduction while your house on the market? Mike, you should know that. John, come on, John. There are hundreds of homes that go up on the market, and I never told you I studied your house. I'm just letting you, I'm just asking, do you have a price reduction? Were you informed of the consequences of pricing too high in your neighborhood? I don't feel like my price is too high, Mike. I never said that. I just asked you, were you informed that there were pricing too high in neighborhood? Are you aware of price per square foot ranges? Okay, no, right? So all these questions could lead to a no. And then here comes the value prop, guys. Here's the punch. Do you think this kind of information would be of value to you in your attempt to sell your house? Right? And I know somebody wants to give you a hard time later, but we're just, for all intents and purposes, to get through the presentation. Let's go. Yes. Then when would be a good time for me to set up a Zoom or come to your house to discuss this and share this information with you? Remember, I like to give two choices. I have a 7. First, I ask, are you an evening person or you a morning person? I'm an evening person. Does 5 o'clock work or does 7 o'clock work? Always give two choices. Okay, here we go, guys. These are things that you're waiting for. I wish you guys would stop calling me. Remember, seek to understand. Seek to understand. I know Adam Contis brings up that up a lot. You know, I understand your frustration. And I know, here we go, the naysayers. Mike, it sounds so cheesy. Guys, then you're in the wrong business. If you really genuinely don't care, then you're in the wrong business. So hey, I understand your frustration. It's my intent not to harass you, but rather to find out why your house didn't sell. We're going to relist with our current agent. Guys, remember, these are some rebuttals that will get you off the phone. We're going to relist with our agent. Great. Have you signed an extension yet? If yes, then you end the call. Remember, guys, if they signed an extension that is non-compliant for basically every MLS in the United States, okay, and it's just absolutely weird. So don't be rogue, okay? If they sign an extension, get off the call. We're going to take it off the market. Well, let me ask you a question, Sally. If you could sell your house in the next 30 to 45 days, would you? Remember, stay curious. Are you saying you could sell my house in 30 to 45 days? I am. Here we go. I am. However, I first want to make sure the plan we implement falls within your definition of a win. What do you mean? This is the line that I really don't care for when people using the word expired. What do you mean my listing has expired? You know, when I hear this, I think the best way to do it is, you know, I would say, hey, your listing came off the market. Sometimes, isn't it true, guys? Especially during this time when we're on pause, there are a lot of agents that hit under a rock, and they never even communicated with their client. So sometimes those listings expired, interestingly enough, without even the agent knowing and without even the homeowner knowing. So you say, hey, listen, actually the MLS shows that your home is no longer available for sale. Okay, this is a little extra. Do you have a copy of your listing agreement? When was the last time you heard from the agent? Here's another famous one. My realtor told me it's the wrong time of the year. It's been my experience that homes sell in all 4 quarters. Did your agent show you the quarterly trends for your neighborhood? Would you see the value in that kind of information? Right? Please don't ever be that realtor that uses or agent rather, that says, oh, your house didn't sell because of the holidays. Your house didn't sell because of this. Guys, we know why the house didn't sell. Either it was a poor marketing job, it wasn't in the proper MLSs, poor exposure, or price. No, it wasn't because it was in front of a highway. No, it wasn't because of in front of a space. It's because if it's in front of a highway, then the price should have been adjusted accordingly. Yes or yes? So why didn't it sell? Houses sell all times of the year. This is a line I like to say, and this is more true than ever before. Think about this, Sally. The reason why this is true, it wasn't the wrong time of the year, is if you've been searching, right? So I know according to a lot of stats, whether it's Zillow, NAR, you know, Betty Buyer, when she shops for a house, she spends a few weeks of research. She spends a few weeks to research homes for sale. So what that means is, let me ask you a question. If she were to be shopping for 6 months, and then her house of her dreams comes on the market, if that was you, Sally, would you jump off the couch and go look at that house, or would you say, you know what, it's the wrong time of the year? It's the wrong time of the year. I don't feel like going out and looking at houses. And that's the reason why I always tell agents, stop with the madness, stop blaming it on the holiday, the long weekend, the summertime, the this, the that, because you are not being that proactive agent. You're not being the data empowered agent. You're just coming up with some any old excuse to make it sound like, you know what, blame it on something else. But actually, in reality, it wasn't that thing. It was just because the other things we talked about, you know, poor location, poor price usually, and poor exposure. So here's another one, guys. Do you have a buyer for my house? Everyone freaks out when they hear this, right, Carl? Yep. You have to say no. Otherwise, you're going to be the agent that's going to lie to the homeowner again. I don't care how many buyers you got in your pipeline. Say I don't have a buyer for your house. If you genuinely do, I still don't like it. Because open listing, provide value. If you're going after the listing, and that's going to be that's the client you want, then don't tell me you have a buyer right now. So you have a buyer for my house, not currently. However, I do receive calls on a daily basis. Should your home fit that criteria for one of my buyers? I would be the first one to show it. Now, the reason why you do that, guys, you want to set the tone. Because if you're chasing expireds regularly, the reason why most agents get deflated is because they bring, by the way, rogue, Carl, sorry, I'm going to go rogue for a second. We know those agents out there who try this approach, but then they burn out quickly. They bring their cousin to the house because they don't want to bring their actual customer. They bring their cousin, you know, and they bring the cousin to the house to show the house, make believe they have a buyer. Oh, this is a buyer. You know, Johnny's really hot for this neighborhood over here, and Johnny's interested. Right, John? You're interested in the property, John? Yeah. And it's their cousin. Stop it. This is crazy. You're wasting so much time. And guess what? Remember when I go back, if I had time, I'd go back to all the beginning of the slides. That first week, that's why the homeowner's upset by week 2 and week 3, because the agents have tried everything, right? The agents say, I've got a buyer. Can I come over right now? And then they go over right now and they say, oh, my buyer had to go to work today. You know, come on, guys. You know you've done that before. My buyer had to go to work, but oh, by the way, let me tell you how I can sell your house. Terrible approach. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at, the funny thing about Zoom, I don't get a chance to look at all your eyes. So I'm sorry if you're that agent that takes that approach. And it might have worked for you before, but it's not long-term. Uses high burnout because you keep bringing these fake buyers. And first off, it's illegal. Stop. Don't bring fake buyers. And please don't bring buyers to the house. Here we go. How do you charge? That's a great question. It's a great question. Acknowledge them. Don't just agents immediately sweep it under the rug. Then bring up another topic. Address it. Since my commission is understandably very important to you, ready? How about I come over and share my plan to sell your house, and at the end of our meeting, I'll let you determine what I'm worth. Is that fair? And I'll do my best to end this, a few minutes before, so you can ask some questions and beat me up on some of these things. I know some people are like, oh, Mike, you'll never get the time to say that. I challenge you to this. Stop being new leads drunk. Call the second week, third week, fourth week, fifth week. You'll start to break through and be able to have these conversations.